everyone. My name is Blanche Araj Shaheen, and I'm a TV host, journalist, turned food columnist, and blogger based in San Francisco. I'm excited to celebrate Same You today and to be a part of the pivotal mission of helping to create the missing emotional and mental health recovery services essential for brain injury and stroke survivors. My specialty in Mediterranean cuisine is made up of nutritious recipes that are filled with fruits and vegetables, whole grains, as well as olive oil and fish, which may all be very beneficial after a brain injury. The recipe I'm going to introduce to you today is a white fish recipe with tahini sauce and caramelized onions. So this exotic fish recipe is crowned with Mediterranean spices, caramelized onions, and toasted pine nuts. So this elevates white fish from bland to spectacular. Try this recipe any night of the week to impress your guests the next time you're entertaining. The recipe is filled with omega-3s, which are unsaturated fatty acids that occur naturally in fish oils. Now, omega-3s are essential to the development of the human brain. So following a brain injury, providing omega-3s can help the brain to begin to heal itself. Cells can turn omega-3 fatty acids into powerful anti-inflammatory molecules, allowing the brain to heal from trauma, infection, and oxidation or metabolic damage. You can find more nutritious recipes on my YouTube page, which you could find on Blanche TV or at Feast in the Middle East. And I really hope that you enjoy the Same You celebration and my special white fish recipe. It's a weeknight dish I make all the time, and it's so simple, and it uses white fish. Now, as far as white fish goes, you could use petrel sole, rockfish, cod. Better to use a white fish that holds its shape while cooking, and of course boneless. You don't want all the little bones in your fish. So make life easier, get boneless white fish, and then you could have the canvas for this recipe. Right here I have 2 pieces of white fish fillets, and I'm going to add to them 3 basic spices. One of them being cumin. Now, cumin gives the fish kind of like a smoky flavor, an earthy and smoky flavor. And I'm just going to sprinkle both sides with this cumin right here. For the next spice, we just have some coriander. I don't use as much coriander, maybe half a teaspoon. And I'm going to sprinkle both sides with a little bit of coriander, which goes really well with the fish. So let's just sprinkle both sides here. The last spice that we're going to sprinkle this fish with is sumac. Now, sumac is that tart berry, and it adds, look at that beautiful color. Yeah, it adds a nice tangy flavor which complements the fish, because you know we like to pair lemon with fish. We've got our spices. We are going to add some salt and pepper, and we're going to dredge it in some flour. So here I'm going to add some salt and pepper on both sides. There we go, salt and then pepper. So right here in a pan, I've got 1 tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and we're going to let that heat. The reason why I combined both is the butter has a high smoke point, so it won't burn the fish, and the olive oil has a spectacular flavor that I like to fry the fish in. So we're just going to wait till this melts, and while that's being heated, here I am. I've got the flour, and I'm going to dredge the fish with the flour. Now, there are so many different flours out there. I'm using just kind of your standard white flour. You don't have to use this. There are some low-carb flours that you can use there if you're watching your carbs, and some gluten-free ones that you can use as well. So if you're on a gluten-free or low-carb diet, feel free to use the flour of choice. We've got the pan pretty much heated. We want it to kind of sizzle when it hits the pan. If you don't heat the pan up well enough and you put the fish on it, the fish is going to stick right on it. So make sure your pan is heated. Not too much, you don't want smoke coming out, but you see I'm starting to see the bubbles. I'm starting to hear the sizzle. That means it's time for me to put the fish on there. All right, so here we go. We're just going to lay the fish here. Because these are thin fish fillets, it only takes a couple of minutes on each side, basically till it's browned. Flip it over, and we'll cook it on the other side, and it really will be done in a few minutes. That's why I like this dish for any weeknight, because if I want something really quick, a quick protein, nothing beats like thin fillet of fish for the kids. Just have it ready, boom, we're set to go. Okay, now we're gonna flip the fish over. Okay, so we're flipping the fish over and we're gonna cook it on the other side like this. And while that's cooking, it's not only gonna take like literally a couple of minutes over medium heat, I'm gonna make the easy sauce. So the easy sauce is about a 1/3 cup of tahini sauce, tahini paste. I'm gonna add to it the juice of half of a lemon and about 1 minced clove of garlic. And that's it. This is going to have a slightly different flavor, more of a lemony flavor. So this is almost done cooking, and then we're going to plate it. Now what I do is I have caramelized onions, which I've already caramelized when I made the cauliflower. So we're going to add this into the dish. So we're gonna plate the fish here, one, and we're just gonna do this in 2 halves. So plate the fish. What we're gonna do is top it with the caramelized onions. So we've got the caramelized onions right here. Look how beautiful that looks already. And to that, we are going to sprinkle toasted pine nuts again, right here. And just a few splashes of the tahini sauce, okay? Put as much as you like. You know, this is up to your preference. You could put the tahini sauce on the side. And some fresh parsley, because fresh parsley goes really well with fish. Parsley adds a nice fresh flavor. And you know what? Let's add some color. Why not? I have some pomegranate seeds here. Why not? We'll just add some pomegranate seeds. Got our combined dish of fish with caramelized onions and pine nuts. This sure beats like a standard fish fillet that's super boring. And most of all, it's got an amazing flavor. So I'm gonna just take this bite here. Again, I like to incorporate every aspect of this dish into one bite. This is heavenly, guys.